Hello, everybody. Welcome to ATP, also known as All Things Packer. This is my very first episode of this YouTube channel. Today, we are going to talk about the Packers draft needs in 2021. So, to get things started, what exactly do we need for the draft this year? What I would imagine that the Packers would do is first round get a cornerback. The top three that are on the board that I believe that the Packers are going to pick in the first 3 rounds are uh, wide receiver, cornerback, and offensive line. Uh, those are not in order from 1 to 3. Those are the three things that we need. Taking a look at the Packers draft needs, of course, cornerback, uh, offensive tackle we do need, um, defensive line. Eh, I mean, we do need that, yeah, but it's not an important thing to have at the moment. I would see us pick a defensive lineman in maybe the 4th round, and a wide receiver. I don't see us taking a wide receiver in the 1st round uh, unless if something's really there, like Rondale Moore. Um, but I see the Packers picking up a cornerback in the 1st round. Um, so these are the picks that we have. Round one, 29th pick. And then the second round, the 62nd pick, 92nd pick, 135th, 142. We have 4 1st round picks. Or, sorry, not 4 1st round picks, 2 4th round picks, 2 5th round picks, 2 6th round picks, and 1 7th round pick. 3 of those are commissary because we lost a lot of guys in free agency. Um, Taking a look at the last year's draft that the Packers did, the Packers are really unpredictable. You can't really predict who the Packers are going to pick in any of these drafts. Just like last year, we picked Jordan Love. We moved up, I believe, 2 spots. We traded away our 1st round and our 4th round pick for the 26th pick in the draft and picked Jordan Love. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers' replacement in the upcoming years. But that certainly raises some questions for the Packers because they were not thinking about the present situation with us, getting Aaron Rodgers a second Super Bowl, but they were trying to see about our future needs. Uh, Aaron Rodgers was picked in 2006. Uh, the same, he Rodgers was the same age as Favre when, um, the Packers picked a quarterback in the 1st round. Um, but I don't see us picking a quarterback. That'll be way off the board. 1st round quarterback for the Packers for the last 2 years. That's not going to happen. I see us picking a cornerback, but the only thing is that what cornerback are we going to pick? So we see this 2021 NFL draft prospect on CBS Sports, and Trevor Lawrence is number one. Obviously, he's going to get picked by Jacksonville. Um, our offensive line needs help, but we are not going to be able to get um, Penny from Oregon because he's so high on the draft board. As soon as Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, and I would imagine the first 4 picks in the draft are going to be quarterbacks. The 5th or 6th is going to be Penny. He's going to be taken off the board, and I am not going to see the Packers trading up to have the 5th, 6th pick in the draft because why would we do that? I see them uh, moving up in the draft, maybe like 3, 4 spots. But taking a look at cornerbacks, we have Caleb Farley, which we're probably not going to be able to take. He's going to be high on the draft board. Going down the list, Patrick Surtain is going to be in the middle of the 1st round. I don't see the Packers moving up that much. See Asante Samuel. I'd see us maybe picking him, but I don't really think he's a 1st round. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't normally see NCAA football that much. J.C. Horn. I mean, if we move up a little bit, we can probably take him. Uh, some things, if we won't be able to move up, I mean, we do have two fourth round draft picks, so I see us maybe moving up 3, 4 spots and getting away a fourth round for it. And picking a cornerback, but if we can't get, I mean, Greg Newsome's there as well. Uh, there's a lot of cornerbacks. This is a cornerback heavy draft, as long as quarterbacks and possibly wide receivers. But if we don't get the cornerback that we want, we can start looking at the option of wide receivers. There's Kadarius Toney that's going to go late first round. There's Bateman, um, down right here. Of course, Rondale Moore. Jalen Waddle is probably going to go early. Jamar Chase is definitely going to go early. So I would see the Packers, if they cannot find the cornerback that they want, I would see them going for a wide receiver in the first round, like Kadarius Toney, or Rondale Moore. But not all wide receivers are good, in the first round. I mean, you see Antonio Brown, he was a good player for the Steelers. He got picked 5th or 6th round. You see Donald Driver when he retired in 2012, he got picked up by the Packers in the draft in the 7th round. So it's all up in the air. The wide receivers that are on the board in the first round don't necessarily become great. It's all those late rounds picks that they want to assert themselves as one of the greatest, so they try and try. Um, so let's take a look at the mock drafts from CBS. Uh, so first first pick, Trevor Lawrence all throughout the board, obviously. Zach Wilson getting taken by the Jets. Of course, I see that because Sam Darnold got traded to Carolina. Um, the 49ers got the third pick in the draft. Mac Jones, Justin Fields, Mac Jones. It could go either way. I see more of Justin Fields because Mac Jones, I believe that he's probably going to drop. Um, fourth, I do not see Atlanta trading this. I see either Atlanta getting a quarterback and trying to trade away Matt Ryan, or stick with Kyle Pitts because they do need a tight end. I see the Broncos going heavily to get this pick, but I do not believe that they're going to get it. It's too valuable for Atlanta. They really needed this pick for a while now. Fifth, Jamar Chase, wide receiver. Bengals picked him up, helped Joe Burrow out. I mean, I would like to see him pick an offensive lineman. They really need it. Um, Sixth, you see the Dolphins get Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, wide receiver off the board. Um, this team is almost complete. They got their future quarterback. They have a great offensive line. All they need is just these little pieces to make them a really strong playoff team. Yes, I believe that they should take a wide receiver. Seventh, there's, I believe, um, the Lions have it. I see the Lions picking a. I don't see them really picking a quarterback, just because they got Jared Goff from that Matthew Stafford trade. But it certainly is. Certainly is up in the air for them. I don't know. They should take defense there. I really believe that they need either defensive player or they should take somebody from the offensive line. And Penne, looking at these draft predictions, should still be on the board. And I believe that the Lions should take him. Uh, with 8, Penne with the Panthers, help offensive line out. Have Sam Darnold, how many years is on his contract? I don't know. I didn't really read into it. Help him on the offensive line. If he does good, there you go. That's your star quarterback. If he doesn't do good in the next 2 years, I would start looking for that replacement right away. Patrick Surtain, he's going to be high on the board. I don't really know what the actual draft is. Let's take a look at that. NFL draft. So we have Jaguars, Jets, 49ers, Falcons, Bengals, Dolphins. I could honestly see the Dolphins trading away this pick because they are really smart with their picks. Lions are 7. It's fine. 8, Panthers. Penne is going to get taken off. 9, Denver. Patrick Surtain, they do need a cornerback. They could honestly just focus on defense. Patrick Surtain's going to be really high. So this is one of the players that the Packers are probably not going to get. 10, J.C. Horn for the Cowboys. I honestly don't think he's going to be a great cornerback. I still think he's a first round talent, but I don't think he should be this high on the board. 11, Rashaan Slater. I see that getting taken off. You got Daniel Jones. You still need to improve. They picked him. I don't know why they did, but he's still got a lot to prove. I don't think he's going to turn out to be a great quarterback, but you know, it was Eli Manning's replacement. So, number 12, the Eagles. Pick up. It could go either way. It looks like Devontae Smith, the wide receiver, is probably going to get taken. Help Jalen Hurts out a lot. 13, Los Angeles Chargers, offensive lineman, help out Justin Herbert. Great young quarterback. I thought he was going to be better than Tua last year, and I was right. Justin Herbert's got a lot of proof still, but he's a young, good quarterback with a great arm. I expect him to be an NFL MVP in maybe 4 or 5 years when he becomes more of a veteran. 14, the Vikings pick an edge. Yeah, their defense is really young. I could see them being a very dominant defense in the near future, but for right now, they're in that kind of rebuilding stage with their team. 15, Trey Lance. Patriots, I won't be surprised if the Patriots trade away going down. You saw it last year. They traded away from the first round. They usually do that. But, you know, if they don't trade away, they're going to definitely look for a quarterback. The reason why they kept Cam Newton was because there wasn't really good free agent quarterbacks. Cardinals, offensive line, help out Kyler Murray. It's all about helping these quarterbacks out, being the best that they can. 17, Raiders, Micah Parsons. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I don't really know what they really need, but defense really, really needs it, especially with Oakland starting out. I believe they started 6-3 last year and ended up being 8-8. It was a really good start, but they just couldn't finish. 18, Miami again. They are really good with their draft picks. Pick an edge. Jalen Phillips. Helping offense and defense is really good. I wouldn't stick to either one or. I wouldn't waste 2 first rounds on 2 offensive players or 2 first rounds on 2 defensive players. So helping out both offense and defense is really good. Number 19, Xavier Collins, edge. I would like to see them pick up a quarterback because they honestly don't have one. But, you know, it's Washington. They don't have a football team name as of yet. 20, Greg Newsome, Rashad Bateman. Bears are unpredictable this year. They need a. I mean, I wouldn't believe that they really need a wide receiver. They should really find a second man. But first round, they shouldn't pick a wide receiver just because they got Allen Robertson. I would honestly see the Bears pick up a wide receiver in the second or third round, like the Packers should do if they can get a cornerback in the first round. But Greg Newsome uh, really helps out Kyle Fuller, I believe, if he's still on the team. I'm not quite sure. If he's not on the team, I'm sorry, but if he's not on the team, Greg Newsome is his replacement. If he is, then it should be a really good addition. 21, Colts offensive line really help out Carson Wentz after that trade. They got a quarterback now, and let's see if he can live up to his potential. Let's see if he can play as good as his 12-4 days. Um, Number 22, the Titans pick an edge after losing after losing Clowney. He didn't really contribute to Tennessee that much, but you still need to find that replacement, fill some gaps. Uh, 23 is the Jets. Didn't see them pick 2 first rounds. Defensive, they are a really bad team needing to rebuild. These 2 first round picks will be great for the team. They just need to pick the right players, and in a few years they could become, an 8-8, 9-7 team. But right now, I see them after this draft, if they do get the players that they want, I see them possibly being maybe a 6-10 team. That's a real good improvement after last year. 24 Steelers picking a running back after James Conner. Yeah, I would imagine they would pick a running back. They still have Ben Roethlisberger. They got a decent offensive line. They got a pretty good defense. I had their defense on my fantasy last year, and they did really good. 25th. This is where the Packers should trade up and get rid of one of their 4th-round draft picks. They should get rid of their 29th pick, and they should get rid of one of their 4th rounds. If Caleb Farley is still on the board, I don't believe so. He's going to be a higher pick. But if Caleb Farley would still be on the board by the 25th pick, I feel like the Packers should trade up, get that 25th pick, and pick up Caleb Farley. It will really help their secondary, especially because we re-signed King to 1 year because we couldn't find another cornerback that was good in free agency. I really wish we would have picked Patrick Peterson. He was only 31 years old. He wasn't producing as much as he thought. He wasn't producing as much as he was a few years ago, but I believe that Caleb Farley will be a really good pickup so we can get rid of Kevin King. Um, Defensive line for the Browns, yep, I see them after getting rid of Sheldon Richardson. Wide receiver for the Ravens, uh, could help them out. Hollywood Brown is the only one that can catch for them, and Mark Andrews. So, uh, this if they couldn't if the Packers couldn't trade up to get Caleb Farley in the 25th pick, and the Jaguars want to keep him, I would imagine that the Packers would try and pursue the Ravens spot and pick up Kadarius Toney for a wide receiver, because those are the two really big needs that the Packers need. Uh, the reason why I'm saying as a wide receiver is because Rodgers has demanded that he wanted to kind of help control who the Packers draft, and I believe since Aaron Rodgers is the Packers' successor and the reigning MVP, I would imagine that they would kind of listen to him, and if he wants a wide receiver, go ahead and draft a wide receiver. 28 with the Saints, pick a linebacker. They really, honestly, should start looking for a quarterback. I wouldn't say this draft, but relatively soon. They re-signed Taysom Hill to 4 years for a lot of money for, an, frankly, a little bit of an overhyped player. But a linebacker help your defense a bit, bring your team back to the playoffs. A really good pickup for them. 29, the Packers. Rashad Bateman, if he's still on the board then as well, and if you cannot get the 27th or 25th pick, you get trade. Rashad Bateman would be a really good pickup as well. Um, if Rodgers wants a wide receiver, but he doesn't want to get it for the second or third round, I would start looking for an offensive lineman then. I don't really know what good offensive lineman there would be except for Jenkins up here and trade up to the 21st pick, just because so we can get the Colts, so we don't, so the Colts don't steal him from us. 30th, the Bills, great team. Asante Samuel, he is still available. I am surprised I didn't see him. I apologize, uh, but Asante Samuel, a good cornerback pickup for them. Their defense is really solid, except when it comes to the playoffs. 31, an edge for the Chiefs. Honestly, a perfect team. Uh, these three teams are really good. The Bucks, the Chiefs, and the Bills. They're just adding more players so they can, you know, uh, become that 13-3, 11-5, 14-2 team like they were last year. And then finally in the first round, the Bucks pick up a defensive lineman. I honestly don't really see what else they could do for that team. I mean, if you wanted to pick a quarterback, I would see them do that as well. But since they won the Super Bowl, they're not going to find a good quarterback in the 32nd pick of the first round. Tom Brady is getting old. He should honestly start looking for that replacement. Obviously, he is 43 years old, so I don't imagine that he's only gonna play until he's like 25. So, yep. Uh, I see the Packers though picking up cornerback or wide receiver in the first round. Um, Looking at an offensive line to help David Bakhtiari and Elton Jenkins, and then possibly a defensive lineman. I know we resigned Dean Lowry, but just in case he plays bad for the next 2 years, we would have that replacement. the The positions we do not need are tight end. We've been drafting them for the past few years now. We also do not need a quarterback. Um, as we see, of course, Jordan Love, round one. Going back to this, we don't need a running back. We have Aaron Jones that we re-signed. We have A.J. Dillon coming out of Boston College in round two. Round three, of course, the tight end, Josiah DeGuara. I don't know why we drafted a tight end when we had Tanyan. Kamal Martin, he's developing. He's from round five, but he's a developing player that he could be good. Round six, John Runyon, a guard. This is why we need an offensive lineman, is because the last time we picked a guard, which was John Runyon in round six, in round six, we really need that offensive lineman. Um, and then we also picked a center in round six too. Uh, Corey Linsley's gone, so we'll probably see Drake Hansen play. And then round six as well. We had 3 round 6 in 2019, picking an offensive tackle. Used all of it on the offensive line. And then round 7, we had Vernon Scott, which is a safety. And then round 7, we had Jonathan Garvin, which is a defensive end. Um, Last year, other than the quarterback situation, we drafted very well. I see the Packers picking up a wide receiver, though, in this draft. So, I hope you guys enjoyed my first video on ATP. If you guys want to see more, just like this video, subscribe if you guys like this content, and I will talk to you later.